Welcome to a new market update, and in this update we are going to discuss the fact that Bitcoin isn't going up today. We are seeing a slight correction, and welcome to the markets. So we're looking into the TA of Bitcoin and Ethereum, which we've also been doing earlier today, and right now we can see an impact on the market. So it's a very short update, but that's what we're going to cover. But before that, do not forget to subscribe to this YouTube channel beneath, like this YouTube update, check out my Twitter and Instagram, and if you're a Dutch follower, check out the Bo's YouTube channel. An item on Expose is covered there, which I find kind of interesting. So when we're looking at the markets, we're slowly seeing the impact of the rising numbers of Bitcoin in the past few days, or the rising prices, resulting in people that were eager to jump into the markets again. And we see that we've got a pretty harsh rejection out of the 44k range, resulting into a even deeper correction, which gives us an opinion about where the markets are at this stage. And if we are close to a bottom, or we are in the process of an accumulation pattern, we can conclude that it takes time, and therefore we can probably define ourselves a range in between. We're going to see Bitcoin moving sideways, and during that range the prices of Bitcoin and Ethereum will chop, and traders will chop out of the market. So usually we're getting into a period where people become bullish at resistances and bearish at support. And that's actually what we're seeing right now, because the sentiment was slowly turning positive. And right now we can already see that the sentiment is flipping towards negative, given the fact that we're seeing a harsh corrective move inside this range. We're going to look at the charts, so let's get towards them, in which we can look at what has been happening on the markets. So when we're looking at the price action of Bitcoin, we can clearly see that we've got a rejection here at 44.3. This is a level that has been used previously as well. However, I was actually assuming that we were going to get a range or a continuation all the way towards 46k, and clearly the markets are showing that we can't be getting that one. So where are we right now? Well, as a matter of fact, the trend is flipping towards downwards on the lower time frames again. So let's look at the lower time frames in a clean chart, and what can we see on the 1 hour chart, for instance, is the fact that we have been acting or talking about range constructions, right? We have been using it here in this previous breakdown, in which we said, hey, we've got a fake out, we tried to break above the range resistance, we couldn't, we fell all the way down and reject at the previous point of resistance. As a result, we're dropping further down. Now, if we start to zoom in, this structure was seen in the previous range construction too. Nice breakout upwards, fake out above the actual range resistance, fell in between and nuked after a rejection here. Now, if we look at the current price action, we can see the exact same, right? So we can see that we've got this range construction, we've got a support level, we've got a breakout, which, if we zoom in some more, which couldn't hold up, right? So based on the fact that we couldn't hold up, we break back into this entire range that we've got here, and from that we reject, or we drop beneath the actual support, reject the level immediately, and the price started to nuke further down. Simple. That is what we're seeing right now on the price action of Bitcoin. The higher time frame levels are still standing, but we can clearly confirm that the trend that was acting upwards is broken right now, given the fact that we are back at this level and given the fact that we've lost this support. So the levels that we can flip as resistance right now are the ones that we used to have as support, and we've got two above us, which are 43.1 and 43.4. In that case, we are starting to zoom back out, or we're starting to zoom out in the fact that we want to look at levels that we could be looking at for potential support, etc., etc. In that case, we're still diving ourselves into the higher time frame support. So this entire region that we've got here, and I have to do it correct, this entire region that we've got here is still the primarily support at this stage. So that did not change, even though this correction did not change. What we are looking at is most likely a scenario in which we are going to reject here and test our lows again. So we're looking for a test in this range, unless Bitcoin breaks back above 43.1 and 43.4. That is going to give us a result of a potential test at 46k. All in all, the price action on Bitcoin is very reflective for a period of sideways accumulation, or to test all the levels that are around there before we can actually have a tighter price action, and then a breakout is going to give a heavy impulse wave as all the levels are tested and all the shorts and stops are built up, or all the longs and stops are built up, resulting into a big breakout either way. In this case, we can see that we've started breaking out of the trend, and I've stated that I want to see a big impulse wave taking place after this breakout, which we didn't. And right now on the lower time frame, we are flipping back into a downwards trend, in which we most likely are going to test 40 to 41 again. And if we test 40 to 41 again, we're going to result ourselves into a bottoming structure in which we can actually start building a bullish divergence. So the strategies didn't change. I think this move is more or less a change in strategy for your day trades, in which that if we want to become bullish once again, and right now we are into support at 42.5 to 42.7, we clearly need to reclaim 43.1 to 43.5. And if we're not going to do that, I assume we're testing lower levels. And if we do break that, 46 is next. And if, as you know, 46 is clearly the breaker for me. If that one flips bullish, I think we are into some heavy big moves. But until then, I assume that we're going to have a relative period of choppy ranges, sideways action, calm periods, and that's what we see right now. So sit tight, stay calm, build your positions, enjoy the ride later. And also do not forget to subscribe beneath. Tomorrow I'm going to discuss why Bitcoin is ready for the biggest bull cycle ever. And we're going to discuss my crypto portfolio during this weekend, as I've made some trades. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you again soon for a new update tomorrow morning.